Hello, baseball fans, and welcome to Game 5 between the visiting Spearfish Sasquatch and your Canyon County Spuds. Beautiful afternoon. It is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day. Let's get that going. A lot of dads out here today at the ballpark. Got a very big crowd here for Game 5, the finale, the getaway game, if you so speak, with the Spearfish Sasquatch as they head out of town this afternoon. Hey, first things first, folks, I do want to apologize. Last night in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs, the most exciting part of the game, our system just shut right down. So it started spinning around in front, and we full panic here in the booth, and we completely apologize. The Sasquatch won the game last night 4-3, and we got lots of people saying, hey, what's going on? What happened in the game? So I just want to let everybody know, nobody threw an iPad or a headset or anything like that. It wasn't anything we did. We run off internet and Wi-Fi at a field that doesn't have it. We import it here for the summertime, and sometimes things happen. So hopefully we've got it fixed, and want to welcome you to today's ball game. Again, as I said, this is the 5th game in a 5-game series before the Sasquatch head out of town, and the Spuds are heading out of town on Tuesday. They make their way to Dickinson, North Dakota, as the Badlands Big Fish will host them for 3 days, and then on to Western Nebraska to play the Pioneers next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. For the Sasquatch, their lineup looks similar. They've got leading off in left field, number 3, Trey Vorwald. At second base, number 24, Ryan Bachman. Harrison Clark is batting third, playing first base. Drew Biggerstaff, the catcher last night, will be tonight's designated hitter. Cam Hoyland in right field. Gabe Springer at shortstop. Batting seventh is the catcher, Andrew Johnson. Bailey Bordas will be back at third base, and in his usual position there in center field is Gage Crott. He'll play center field, and Griffin Sheeran, number 40 for the Sasquatch, will be their leading pitcher, as Brendan Tom from Mesa Community College is the starting pitcher for the Spuds. We'll go around the defense here shortly with Gabe Garrett, Zach Schwartzberg, Mason Levitt, and Peyton Flynn on the infield. Here's the first pitch from Tom. That catches a corner for strike one. That ball has popped up on the right side and foul. Owen Bischoff, the Spuds right fielder, goes and grabs it. Brings the count to 0-2. Tyler Castelli in left field. The University of California Riverside center field, and Riker Billingsley in center. And Owen Bischoff from Western Oregon University in right field. Tyler Miller will be the catcher. Here's the 0-2 count. Ball fouled back again. Count stays 0-2. Trey Vorwald has led off all the games, all 5 of them for the Sasquatch, as if their lineup has remained similar every game. Haven't seen for the last 2 games their all-star shortstop, McHenry. Didn't play last night, and he's not in the starting lineup today. That pitch is outside. A ball. So 5:05 game time here in Caldwell, Idaho, playing at beautiful Wolf Field. Wind is blowing out about 14 miles an hour from left to right. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Tom. And when you're 6'6", you can snag out and grab that ball as it's lined back to Tom for the first out of the inning. Just stuck the glove out and grabbed it and said, I got it from here, gentlemen. Ryan Bachman, who's been a bit of a nemesis the last 4 games here. Had a hit and a double last night. Batting in his usual 2 spot in the lineup. Here's the first pitch from Tom. That's a curveball, but it curves out of the zone for ball number 1. That's a foul down the right field line. Peyton Flynn playing his first game as a Spud at first base tonight. Flynn has got a hot bat, and I think that's what Coach Alex Itigas is thinking. let's see if we can keep him in the lineup at a place maybe that he may be a little bit more familiar with. Haven't seen him so far this season, but he's a great third baseman, and his bat has been huge for the Spuds this homestand. Here's the pitch from Tom. That ball hit up. Schwartzberg tries to make the play and cannot. Bachman, the nemesis, has a base hit again. He'll be on at first base with one out. Brings to the plate the first baseman, number 28, Harrison Clark.
Brewing Company, if he gets struck out, $3 for pub beer tonight. Pub beer, $3.
Bachman taking his lead. Here's the pitch from Tom. That pitch is fouled down the right field line and out of play. Clark, the 10-barrel beer batter right now, so the Spuds are looking for a strikeout here to keep all the fathers happy today. Of course, if Clark strikes out, the 16-ounce ice-cold pub beer from 10 Barrel Brewing is going to be half off for the rest of this inning. Well, Tom paying close attention to Bachman, and so he should. Here's the pitch from Tom. That ball is outside and then going to be a ball. Crowd still filing in. Great crowd this afternoon for Father's Day. 1-1 count, one out. And here's the pitch from Tom. Excellent pitch. Schwartzberg grabs that at short. He's going to turn and go to Mason Levin at second base, and we just can't get our infield together. Doesn't matter who it is. Second, short, doesn't matter. The simple turning of a play, an easy force play at second base, having a hard time with that, as now we have Sasquatch have a runner at first and second base. Rushing the throw, put it into the ground. Another error for Schwartzberg. He's been rock solid at short base. In fact, at shortstop. He was in Casper. Coming home, though, he's made a couple errors, and that was a rush throw that didn't need to be rushed. So now, as like last night, the last couple nights, the Sasquatch have some runners in scoring position, at least one in Bachman. And here's the first pitch. That's a strike. Bickerstaff swings at that. Extremely frustrating when try to rush a throw or don't hand it over for trying to make the play before you make the play. Guess that's why we play some summer baseball, though. Tom looking for a ground ball now, trying to get out of this inning with a double play. There is one out, and 0-1 count to Bickerstaff. Bickerstaff did go. Or he's going to appeal it. He's saying 1-1. Seeing he held on. 0-2. Pretty sure I saw that as a strike, but 0-2 is the count. I didn't even see him appeal. 0-2 the count. Bickerstaff trying to put the ball in play. Tom needs a strikeout. Bickerstaff fouls that ball off. Staying alive, 0-2. Tom really isn't a change of speed guy. He throws a heavy ball a lot like Travis Tatum. Throws a heavy baseball, tries to move it in and out. A lot of curve balls, a lot of off-speed stuff, but doesn't really have a 90-mile-an-hour fastball to back it up. But he'll run it up there every now and again. Tom was a 2001 All-Star for the Spuds last year. Went to the All-Star game, had a great season. Nice curveball. Stuck his elbow out. So the bases are loaded now. Bases loaded, one out. We're in the top of the first inning. Sasquatch looking to capitalize on an error and a hit batter. Bachman started things off with a hit. That's exactly what Cam Hoyland does down the right field line. He's waving him in. He's going to be thrown out by a mile here. Not sure why the coach rolled him on that, but we'll exchange that. Only one run. Tyler Castelli has a cannon. He was halfway down when he threw him out. So Gabe Springer's now the batter, shortstop tonight. Cam Hoyland got the base hit past Gabe Garrett at third base. If you're just joining us, it's been a little bit of a tough start for the Spuds. An error, a couple hits, hit batter. And Tom's in some trouble early. That's inside for ball one. Bases are not loaded anymore. Strike from Tom. One nothing Sasquatch. We're on the top of the first, just getting underway here in Wolf Field in Caldwell. It's in there for a strike right at the knees. That's Tom's best pitch of the night so far. Let's see if Tom can find the pitch here he's looking for to put him away. Here's the pitch. Inside. No, didn't get it. Ball might have been a little bit down. Springer looked like he was going to offer at it and then held up, and he did hold up. Still filing in here. Wolf Field tonight, home of the College of Idaho Coyotes and the Canyon County Spuds in the summertime. Here's the pitch from Tom. Inside, pops it right up. Tom's going to take it. He'll take it all by himself. That's going to end the inning. One run on two hits. Two men left on. We'll be right back with the bottom of the first inning. Happy Father's Day. Stay with us. Welcome back to Wolf Field, the bottom of the first inning. Griffin Sheeran for the Sasquatch, getting his warm-up pitches. Griffin at an ERA of 2.65, one of the top 5 league leaders here for the ILB. We have not seen this young gentleman in the series. Both pitching has been spectacular. I'll tell you right now, the pitching has not been an issue. Spuds won the game on Wednesday and Thursday in the 8th inning. Friday a little different. They got runs kind of all over the place and went on to an 8-2 win. And then the Sasquatch took a 1-run lead last night. Spuds came back and got 3, and the Sasquatch immediately got 3 in the top of the 6th for a 4-3 win. So pitching for both teams in this series has been very, very good. So leading off for the Spuds is the Californian, University of California, Riverside. Riker Billingsley, the center fielder. He has hit the ball last 4 to 6 times on a rope, on a BB, right at somebody. So for a leadoff guy, he's got to get on base. Let's see if he can work and get himself on base right now. He does have excellent speed. And let's see if he can start finding some holes tonight. Here's the first pitch from Sheeran. That's outside for a strike. Down low for ball 1. In the past, the Spuds have hit fastball pitchers pretty good. It's the guys that throw about 55 to 60 they've had some problems with. So here's the 1-1 pitch to Riker. And just over the glove of Bachman. I'll tell you what, Riker's rounding first base. He just took a deep breath and just went, yeah, I'm getting started here, boys. It took him a couple games, and you know, it's tough. These guys come in from not playing for a couple of weeks, and they come to a new team, and they want to impress and all that kind of stuff, and good for Riker. Like I said, he's hit the ball in the button like he just did right there, and good for him. He's now got his first hit as a Spud, and that's going to bring up Owen Bischoff, the right fielder. Owen currently in the top 15 in ILB batting, just right around the 300 mark. Bischoff going to Western Oregon University. Spent the last couple of years in Yakima with the Yaks, the community college there, and got a commitment to go to Western Oregon. Excellent young man right there. Another outside pitch for a strike. Haven't seen that the last couple nights here. Both these umpires have really looked at the diamond now as the plate at home. Haven't really given either side of the box, but we shall see. We'll see if Coach Alex wants to put something on here and start to manufacture some runs instead of waiting until late in the game. Last night, the Spuds had runners at first and second with nobody out and decided to bat away and quickly were out of the inning. But let's just see what they do now with some speed on the base. As Bischoff put a strike 2 as he fouls that off. Owen Bischoff back for his second season with the Spuds. It's kind of like an adopted child here in Caldwell. Real fan favorite. People love him. He's a good kid. Nice to see his parents. His parents come out to quite a few games for the Spuds and around town. And here's the 0-2 pitch from Sheeran. Tried to drop in a curveball that just never curved and it never dropped. That's never good. He's looking at his hands now and maybe he didn't get a good grip on that. Maybe it slipped off. But again, Sheeran in the top 5 in the ILB with an ERA of 2.65. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That ball was up. Ball 2. Do want to wish everybody a happy Father's Day. Hopefully you had a nice breakfast made for you and enjoy your new tie and spending some time with the Sasquatch and the Spuds on a Sunday night. Excellent Sunday afternoon crowd here in Caldwell. Here's the pitch to Bischoff. That ball's way outside, and that's going to work the count back to full. Sheeran's not happy. Last couple pitches there were up high, and this last one outside. So let's see if they put Billingsley on here and get him moving. Nobody out, bottom of the first inning. And Bischoff has worked it back now to a full count. Bischoff fouls that down the first base line. I do want to say a special hello and a special Father's Day to Eric Schmidt and his wife, who just had a brand new baby girl, the owner of the Spearfish Sasquatch. He shared with us there a couple weeks ago and Of course, we haven't seen the social media pictures of his new daughter in her new Spuds onesie, but hey, you never know. But I do want to wish Eric a happy Father's Day. He's a brand new dad, so congratulations to the Schmidt family. Here's the full count pitch to Bischoff. Sheeran coming set. Here's the pitch. Ball high. So that gets things started here. And this is going to be a tough spot right now as you're bringing the number 3 guy in the league in hitting. In fact, Tyler Stone from Gonzaga University, he's now in the transfer portal. But I'll tell you what, he's a league leader in home runs, in RBIs, in average. So runners at first and second now, nobody out, wind blowing from left to right. Let's see what Sheeran does here. That ball's outside. It's a tough spot for Sheeran right now because he can't come inside to Stone. He saw Stone hit a 2-run blast last night. He knows that Stone has absolutely been tearing it up. And he's going to have to stay outside, maybe go off speed. But if he comes inside with a fastball the way the wind is blowing right now, that ball is down for ball 2. I'm not condoning walking a guy in this spot, but that may be a smart move for Sheeran. But 2-0 count. Let's see if he can come back and get Stone to put a bat on something and hit it where he wants it to be. But I'll tell you what, the Spuds have some speed on the bases, and Tyler Stone is trying to hit a gap somewhere and make his dad happy on Father's Day. And that's ball 3 right there. Now, normally you'd think, man, that's not a good idea to walk the bases loaded. That's not a bad idea right now, as Peyton Flynn from Montana State, Billings. Flynn hit a 2-run shot here Friday night. But I can guarantee you right now, let's see what Griffin Sheeran is going to bring. He's going to probably put a fastball right down the middle, but I don't think that Tyler Stone has a red light here. So let's see. This is going to be interesting. And he doesn't. He's got a green light. That ball is gone. 3-run home run. Tyler Stone, ladies and gentlemen. I do not have a crystal ball, but what I do have is stats, and I've seen it, and I've seen it many, many times. These fans are up on their feet. This is probably the best crowd of the year. Billingsley is home. Bischoff is home. And here comes the big boy with the bouffant. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. You got to love it. He spends 30 to 40 minutes a day. There it is, right in front of the dugout. They love it on that hairdo. So we've got 3 in the first inning on a 3-run shot by Tyler Stone. And Peyton Flynn, your first baseman tonight, steps into the box. There's still nobody out. So a lot of people might have been shaking their heads at home game. What do you mean he's going to put him on? He's going to walk him. And that pitch is inside. Flynn had to duck back on that. And that's ball 1. I don't think Griffin is shaken. I think the last couple pitches as the catcher goes out, I think everything's okay. He had a couple of those pitches prior to that on Bischoff where the ball was just coming up. He wasn't getting a good grip. It is windy here. And that wind is in his face. So I don't know if that's making a difference or what have you, but Griffin Sheeran has been anything but a top 5 ILB pitcher, as the stats and the leaders would say here so far in the 2022 season. So 1-0 count, nobody out, bottom of the first inning, and the Spuds have a 3-1 lead. Also like to say a happy Father's Day to my dad that was down from Vancouver for the week. Bob, had a great week with you. He went to the airport this morning. It's a great time to spend some time with my dad. Here's Flynn. There's the second pitch, is up high. So the one place you don't want to hit it is to the center fielder. Croc has been exceptional so far in the series. In the first 4 games, he's been, if it's not out of the ballpark, he catches it. So here's the 2-0 pitch to Flynn. And finally there, Sheeran comes back with a fastball down low. He's going to go back now and see if he can build off that fastball and that location, because that was a strike. Flynn trying to keep the inning going here with a base hit. That ball's up and inside. And you know when somebody's intentionally trying to pitch inside. That's not the case right here. I can guarantee you. You can see the grip on that ball when he's releasing it. That ball's just coming up and in. But for drama purposes, it does look a little bit high and in. But there's a pitch. Strike count is now full. That's a nice pitch from Sheeran. So count is full on Flynn, the Montana State product from Billings. Normally plays third base in a platoon situation with Barakani Dawson. But now he's moved over to first base, and Gabe Garrett's now at third. Let's see if Coach Alex is right on that switch. Here's a full count pitch from Sheeran. That ball is strike three. Looked a little bit high, and even Flynn is saying, hey, that was way up there. But nevertheless, that is one out. It is a strikeout for
Number 28, Tyler Miller.
For Sheeran. The catcher makes his way in. Number 28, that's Tyler Miller from Bellevue Community College. Nice young gentleman. Big boy. Spuds have a big ball club. 6'5", 6'6", 225 pounds. You're not necessarily the biggest guy in that dugout. So here's Miller. He'll take a strike on the outside. As Sheeran now seems to have found his groove. Sasquatch bullpen is up. I think just getting loose a little bit. We saw that young gentleman the other night. The flowing curly Q hair. Here's a pitch from Sheeran. Took something off that, and Miller went fishing with no bait. 0-2's the count. Ball's hit by Miller. That's just a lazy can of corn out there. Looks like Crot's going to get underneath that. Handles the wind just nicely for out number 2. So here comes a fan favorite from Embry-Riddle University in Daytona Beach, Florida. Tyler Castelli has his family in town this week, and just had a spectacular week for Tyler. In fact, he's had a spectacular season. He was around the league leaders in batting for the first couple weeks of the season, and as Coach Alex started working some guys in, he's settling in now, but right in around the 300 mark. But he can hit, and he loves fastball. So let's see what Sheeran does. That ball is swung on and hit. Croc going back. The right fielder's under it. Is a clip. No! Ball is caught out there in right field. That ball got caught up in the wind. So the Spuds score 3 on a Tyler Stone 3-run home run here in the bottom of the first. We'll be right back with more ILB baseball right after this. having a fun time here at the ballpark on Father's Day. Just had some fun there with some young kids there. Just got notified my score clock wasn't working. We've had some issues here the last couple nights. If you were with us last night with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth when things kind of took a turn for the worse. But train coming through center field. Andrew Johnson, the catcher, is batting. And Brendan Tom looking for a quick inning. Last night after the Spuds scored 3, the Sasquatch came back and got 3 of their own. And it's important. They try to get this inning up and down real quick here and don't let the Sasquatch come back in the game. So 1 down. Schwartzberg made the play over to Flynn. Flynn with the stretch. And the Sasquatch don't want Tom to get into a routine. He can absolutely bore you to death with his changeup and his fastball. And he's a ground ball pitcher. So Bailey Bordas, now the third baseman, will come to the plate. 1 out, top of the second inning. Here's the pitch from Tom. That's a strike. I think the strike zone tonight by this umpire is new. It was a little different than we've had the last 4 games here. They were very tight. Great umpiring, but very tight. Here's the pitch from Tom. The pitch is outside for ball number 1, trying to get Bordas to chase, and he wouldn't. Krot is on deck. Here's Tom with the 1-1 pitch. That ball's fouled off. Strike 2. And again, that's the big thing missing from Tom's repertoire. And we've seen it a couple times with these pitchers this week. I think Kenji Miller the other night for the Sasquatch just not having that go-to out pitch. Same with a couple of the Spuds guys that just didn't have that one curveball. And I think Tom is trying to field this inning all by himself as Miller makes a catch. That would have been the 3rd catch for Tom so far in an inning and a half, and he's saying, "Hey, dude, when I got it, I say I got it. I can reach up and pull that moon down if I want to." Problem is Miller's just as tall as Tom is, so I mean that would be a fun kind of thing there. So anyway, 2 down now. And the number 9 batter, Gage Krot, center fielder. I don't even know this kid, but I tell you every night how well he does. He's a great center fielder. I like him. And if I had to vote today for the first half all-star center fielder, he'd get my vote. There's some good ones out there, and the Spuds have one in Riker Billingsley, but this kid the other night made some spectacular catches, and he's everywhere. So I heard he's a nice kid for strike 2. I will say these guys for 5 games have been extremely respectful, even when the coaches got upset. It wasn't rude. It wasn't yelling and screaming. He said his point, and that was it. And Kroc strikes out in 3 pitches. So quick inning for the Spuds, exactly what they wanted there. We'll be right back with the bottom of the second inning right after these words from a great sponsor. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the second inning. What a fun game so far. We've done some pretty cool stuff with the dads. We had some dads and daughters out there, and they had to dress as a Spud, so they put all this clothing in a big pile, and the daughters had to bring it over to the... It was pretty cool. Both Sam and Micah doing the on-field today, up in the tower today with Wade Carpenter, the best statistician in the league. So if you're a Major League Baseball team looking for a good statistician, we've got Wade working the tower here. Does a great job. And Scott Macaluso, who you may know is doing on-field, he's up here in the tower. And like I said, Micah and Sam down on the field doing a great job. So we're going to start at the bottom of the second. Mason Levitt, second baseman from NNU. And up inside again for ball one. That's been a problem for Griffin. He's got to get a grip on that. Pun intended. Because that's got him in a little bit of trouble here early in regards to pitch placement. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Again, that one's up as well. So there's nothing malicious with what he's doing. So we've got some Spuds fans that are watching the game. He has zero intention of bringing that ball up and in. It's a grip issue, that's it. And it may be a release issue too, but we'll see. We'll see if we can work through it. Mason Levitt from Northwest Nazarene University, just up the street. As you can see, that Sheeran did get a grip on that, and Mason let it go there for strike one. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Here's the pitch. That ball bounces. So Sheeran to start the game was in the top 5 of the ILB in ERA, earned run average. Trying to work himself out of a bit of a location issue now. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Levitt. That ball's ball 4. So a free base for Mason Levitt, the second baseman from NNU. Played some left field on the road to Casper last week. The shortstop Schwartzberg, the human vacuum, excellent shortstop, and just a fantastic dugout guy. If you want a class clown, make everybody laugh, get in your face kind of guy, that's Zach Schwartzberg from Saddleback University. He's batting 8th here for the Spuds. Mason Levitt taking his lead. Here's Griffin. He's got to get his strike zone figured out, and once again up and in, and he's looking at his hands now. It's not a wet day out. So it definitely keeps the batters on the toes as Schwartzberg's asking the umpire, we gotta figure something out here, but let's hope Griffin can work through it. And that ball's turned on. Is it going to stay up? No, that ball's going to drop down. Schwartzberg with a base hit to left field. The Spuds have something going here now in the bottom of the second inning. That's going to bring up the number 9 hitter from Florida Tech. Gabe Garrett now makes his way, playing third base. First time this year at third. He played a little short. He played a little second. He's played a little bit of pitcher from Bloomingdale High School in Valrico, Florida. State champion, I may add. He's got a beautiful Bulls state championship ring. His family's coming down here shortly from Tampa Bay to Idaho. It's a bit of a trek, let me tell you. So Gabe Garrett's aboard, in the batter's box. Runners at first and second. Looking for a base hit here. Here's a pitch from Sheeran. A little high, but that was a strike. Getting their instructions from Coach Alec. There's Gabe Garrett looking for a base hit. Strike 2. Nice curveball from Sheeran. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Spuds choose not to move the runner over with the 3-1 lead here in the bottom. Going to bring up the top of the order. Riker Billingsley, who's already had a single in this game, is on deck. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Billingsley. Does he attack? He does. That ball is hit by Gabe Garrett. Does it get up the middle? No, it doesn't. Gets to the second baseman. And the play at first base. So they do get the force on Schwartzberg, but now runners are going to be on the corner. That's going to bring up Riker Billingsley, the center fielder from University of California, Riverside. Riker lined a shot over the second baseman and now can pick up an RBI here. A 2-man on, 1 out. See if Billingsley can hit a gap, go for a run. Here's the pitch from Sheeran. Ball's up there, ball 1. He has had that ball drop down for him. You saw there against Gabe Garrett that second pitch, the strike, looked like a fastball and dropped right into the zone. So there's something on his grip of that ball that's not allowing that ball to come down. It's staying up in the zone. Let's see if Billingsley can capitalize. And there's ball 2, outside again. Owen Bischoff on deck, the number 2 batter. And up after him will be Tyler Stone, the designated hitter. Sheeran hoping it doesn't get that far, but Riker Billingsley with a 2-0 count right now. Might be looking at a fastball here, and he is. That fastball was outside. Just kind of asking where was that, but that was not a strike. Nobody in the Sasquatch bullpen. I don't think they're in a mood right now to make a pitching change, so Sheeran going to see if he can work out of this right now. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That's a fastball right down the middle. If he gives that to Billingsley again, I can see Billingsley going down to the left field corner with that. And that back come through the zone late and trying to pick up a base hit, but here's the 3-1 pitch. That ball is ball 4. Up and inside on the left-handed batter. We haven't seen that so far. So the nemesis to the 2022 season for the Spuds has been the bases loaded. It has not been a fruitful occasion. And bases loaded is really one thing, is putting the ball on the ground on the right side. I mean, yeah, you can try to hit something off the wall or try to get some RBIs with a double or a triple. But it's basically just getting the ball in that big hole. You can see Bachman close to second base. Somebody's got to keep Gabe Garrett on. First baseman's got to hold Riker Billingsley. And here's Owen Bischoff, the Western Oregon University product. There's so much room on that right side to get a couple RBIs here. Here's the pitch. That ball is up. But unless Sheeran can get that ball down and get into the strike zone, there goes the Sasquatch bullpen. Same gentleman was up a minute ago. Is now up now again. This is a big at-bat right here. Base hit by Bischoff's going to tear this game wide open. 1 out, bottom of the second. That ball bounces in there. Ball gets away from the catcher. Nobody's going anywhere. He tripped coming out of the box, and everybody held up. Ball didn't go away. The catcher, caught his cleat. You can see him just kind of have a look at it. We do have a turf infield here at at Wolf Field. It was put in a couple of years ago. This field has been here a while. The College of Idaho used to play at Simplot Stadium, just down the street, the football field, and they're totally renovated. They put $3-4 million into this field. It is absolutely gorgeous. Put in the lights last year, the turf. Here's the 2-0 count to Bischoff. That ball's fouled back. Bischoff was on that pitch. I know the Wagner family, the Mayor Jerem Wagner, is gathered around the TV with Lisa and the kids and watching the game today. Probably got his popcorn out and saying, "Come on, Obi." Owen Bischoff, of course, nickname is Obi for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Right now, we tell him to use the Force. So I want to say hi to Jerem and the family, and we'll see you guys next week here at the park. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bischoff looking to hit something here. No, that ball inside again. 3-1. The problem for Sheeran here is he's got no place to put him. And if he comes with a fastball to Bischoff, the second place or the second spot hitter for the Spuds, and then he looks over in the on-deck circle and sees Tyler Stone, who's already hit a three-run home run tonight. So Griffin trying to get a double play ball here and trying to get out of the inning. Bischoff, he'll take a walk. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Sheeran. That's inside, ball 4. Spuds now have a 4-1 lead. So the Sasquatch manager has a bit of a predicament. He's going to come out and talk to his pitcher. I don't know if he's going to make a change here or not. That's a tough spot to bring a pitcher in. You're on game 5 of a 5-day road trip with a limited bullpen as it is. Your starters have been excellent. This is the first game they've got into trouble in the second inning. The Spuds did get a couple runs the other night, Friday night, but Spearfish held them. It was more of a onesie-twosie all the way along kind of thing. But the young gentleman warming up in the bullpen, I think it's number 36. He's still warming up. He's not waiting there ready to get in, so we'll see what's going to happen. I think they're going to leave Sheeran in here. This would be a smart decision by the coach just for attrition alone. But he's just asking him, saying, hey, look, you got to throw strikes. And you got the wrong guy to have to throw strikes again. So I think this will be a batter-by-batter basis going forward here for Griffin Sheeran. Umpire comes out for a visit. Tyler Stone gets into his batter's box. Fantastic Sunday evening crowd here in Caldwell. Wind is blowing, still blowing hard from left to right field. Lots of kids playing down in the kids area, the VIP area full. Got a couple umbrellas up, so they better be careful. Those don't fly away. And what the Sasquatch have to be careful about is that the ball Stone hits doesn't fly away. Have a 4-1 Spuds lead here in the bottom of the second inning. The Spuds head on the road tomorrow. They're on their way to Dickinson, North Dakota to play the Badlands Big Sticks, and then on to Western Nebraska after that. So they've got a busy week, lots of travel. So here we go. 1 out, bases loaded. Tyler Stone, the batter. Tyler just looking for a base hit here. Pitch in there for a strike. I expect Sheeran to live over there. If I was Stone, I'd put my cleats on the white line and try to get it to left field or get a ball on the left side. But he's really, I think Tyler Stone's just looking to try to get some air under something, pick up an RBI. A nice pitch by Sheeran, though, to start the count off. That's ball 1. That pitch was very close to where the last one was, just outside and up a little bit. And that's where Griffin has to work here. He knows it, we know it, you know it. He cannot go inside with a fastball to Stone. Teams are starting to learn that around the league as Tyler's now moved up from third to second and one behind the leader in the ILB for home runs. Here's the 1-1 delivery from Sheeran. He threw a curveball there. He got lucky. Stone was way out in front of that. You can see Tyler looking at him now going, you got me there. Stone was lucky to get a piece of that and foul it off for strike number 2. So let's see what Griffin Sheeran is thinking right now. My idea is he's going to go back on the outside, probably with a fastball. He was inside there with a breaking ball. Let's see if he can pick up that corner again for strike number 3. Stone trying to defend, bases loaded, 1 out, bottom of the second inning. Here's the pitch. That's exactly what he does. Fastball on the outside, strikes out Stone. And it's almost like great minds think alike. But he didn't have a lot of choices. There's only so many things he was going to do right there, and that's exactly what he did, and he executed. That ball was an up and out. That ball was a strike. Stone thought so too. But instead of taking it to left field, tried to pull the ball and struck out. So Peyton Flynn's your batter. Bases are still loaded. There's 2 out now. The Montana State product, batting fourth and playing first base. Looking to pick up some RBIs. That ball's outside. Ball number 1. Probably the best at-bat pitching situation that we've seen all night from Griffin Sheeran there with Tyler Stone. Came inside with some soft stuff to get him on a 1-2 count, and then outside to strike him out. Look good. Here's Flynn. Nice pitch. Flynn swung through that. He evens the count up at 1-1. So still the idea here is to keep the bat inside the ball and try to drive it to the right side. That'll score 2 runs. A ball on the ground. Bachman not necessarily holding the runner, but here's the pitch. Again, that curveball's not breaking down. That's another ball. And this is really the pitch right here. Griffin can't take the count to 3-1. This is the big pitch right now for Sheeran. He's got to throw a strike. He knows he's got to throw a strike. There's 2 out. Bases loaded. Let's see if Flynn puts the ball in play. That's exactly what he did. Threw a strike. Evens the count up at 2-2. Now he doesn't necessarily need to throw a strike right here. He doesn't want to go to a full count, but let's see if he can get Flynn nibbling. To be defensive, probably something a little off speed, maybe trying to pick up that outside corner. Let's see what he does. That's what he did. The ball hit foul. So Flynn was reading that right. Would have tried to take that to the right side. So he might have been thinking inside and be protective with a 2-strike pitch. Smart play by Flynn. That's why he's batting in the 4th hole. Got off to a slow start, but he's been on a tear here in the last couple weeks. Doing an excellent job at 3rd, and today he's playing 1st. A 2-2 count, 2 out, bottom of the 2nd. Spuds have a 4-1 lead. Look at that on here. Tyler Miller's on deck, and he's hoping to get a chance to bat in this inning. That pitch is up and in. I thought he would have went back over the outside corner there. So everybody's going to be on the move. Sheeran's got to throw a strike. And Flynn's got to protect. Let's see who wins this battle. Full count. Here's the pitch. The ball is fouled off to the third base side again. Nice defensive swing by Flynn. So that does a couple things. That wastes a good pitch by Sheeran. Now he's got to do it again. So the Sasquatch bullpen is ready. They are up and ready to come in. Not if Sheeran can get out of this inning. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Runners will be going. That ball's hit in the air. Left fielder getting under it. And the Sasquatch are out of the inning. But not before the Spuds get one on a bases loaded walk. So at the end of 2 innings, it's the Spuds 4. The Sasquatch 1. We'll be right back with the top of the 3rd inning right after this. So a salute to all of our military, our first responders, nurses, doctors, police, firefighters. We do it every game here at Wolf Field. It's a big time for us. This is a huge blue-collar area in the Boise area. Just some fantastic people. So we pay tribute to them. If you're watching the game and former retired military, police officer, firefighter, first responder, thank you for your service. That's ball number 1 to Trey Vorwald, leading it off for the Sasquatch. Here's a second pitch from Tom. That ball's fouled back. So the arch nemesis of the Spuds comes back again. That's the bases loaded. Had there a couple times and just couldn't get that hit that they've been looking for all year. Hopefully that changes. But here's the pitch from Tom. Curveball right over the heart of the plate. That's a fantastic pitch. Well, Vorwald, the left fielder, made the last out of the inning, leading off for the Sasquatch, followed by Bachman. That ball hung up there for ball number 2. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3. Tom climbed the ladder and got Vorwald to strike out. So Ryan Bachman this week here has pretty much done it all. Played a tremendous second base. He's got a bunch of hits and doubles. Last night he was instrumental in that Sasquatch 4-3 win over the Spuds. Keeping him off the base is what we want to do, and Tom started that with a strike. So they're playing him straight up. Excellent hitter. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. That's twice now Tom has climbed the ladder here to get a strikeout. That first curveball he throws dips down into the strike zone. And that fastball just looks so fat and juicy, and you chase it, and you're behind it. So here's the 0-2 pitch from Tom, looking for a second strikeout of the inning. And Bachman puts bat to ball, hits it to Bischoff in right field. Bischoff moves over a couple steps and makes the grab. So that's a nice sight for the Spuds, is to get Bachman back on the bench. Now there's 2 outs.
Beer batter, number 28, Harrison Clark. If he strikes out, there's half-price pub beer till the end of the inning. Let's hear it, fans. Let's get loud.
Harrison Clark now the batter, the first baseman. He is tonight's 10-barrel brewing beer batter. So these fans are looking for a strikeout. I don't think they're going to accept anything else. Scott Macaluso, our public address announcer, is trying to get him built up, but they need a strikeout. There they get the first one. So Clark has done a third of his job. He's got 1 strike on him. Here's the pitch, too. Nope, the ball bounced in. Ball number 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Tom. That pitch is outside. Ball number 2. I'm pretty sure Tom knows what the plan is here. This is his second season with the Spuds. He's seen this movie before. Ball 3. The 3-1 count on Clark. Ball batted foul. Now the crowd getting into it a little bit with strike number 2. Here's the full count pitch. People are going to go crazy, folks. Here it is. Oh, that ball's high. Oh, no. Ball 4 as Clark takes his base. Bickerstaff now makes his way into the box, a designated hitter. So the Spuds trying to get a quick inning here. Avoided by the walk of Clark. Drew Bickerstaff, he's caught here this weekend and DH'd. Sasquatch looking for a couple hits here, trying to get some back into the game. And Tom has found that outside corner. Just needs to bring that ball in a little bit. That's been a ball. He's got to bring that in the strike zone a little bit. Tom, a contact pitcher, not necessarily a strikeout pitcher. He's already got a strikeout this inning, but he's put the guy in play, exactly what he did right there. So Schwartzberg to Levitt for the third out. So again, happy Father's Day out there. We'll be right back with the bottom of the third inning for you Spuds fans in just a bit. So we are back in the bottom of the third inning. Griffin Sheeran still your pitcher for the Sasquatch. Getting loose right now. Spuds are going to be led off by the catcher, Tyler Miller. He was left in the on-deck circle when last of the inning when Spuds left the bases loaded. Sasquatch started the scoring in the first inning, getting a run in the top of the first. Spuds came back on a Tyler Stone a 3-run home run in the bottom of the first. And they picked up a run on a bases loaded walk in the second. So Tyler Miller, the catcher, he platoons with Jeremy Keller. Jeremy getting the night off tonight. Might see him later in the game. Tyler from Bellevue Community College. Big boy. He gets that bat on that ball, it's going. Let's see if he can capitalize on Griffin Sheeran. Here's the first pitch. That ball does drop in there for a strike. Nice pitch. Strike number 1. Outside. Ball 1. Whatever Sheeran's trying to do over there isn't working. He's not finding that outside fastball. He did on Stone, but he's not finding that regularly. That pitch has been up and outside or up and in to the right-handed batter. So here's the 1-1 pitch from Sheeran. Try to drop that down for a strike. Looking at his fingers, goes to 2-1. Want to say hello to all those folks at home today watching. We got the barbecue going, the hot tub going, the pool going, and the Spuds game on the TV. Love it. Here's a 2-1 pitch. That ball's bounced in for 3-1. So consistency is not a friend of Griffin Sheeran's today. He's made some big pitches when he's had to, but to get ahead of batters, he hasn't done that so far. And he's teetering with having to go to the bullpen there. But he has made some nice pitches. So here's the 3-1 pitch to Miller. Looking to get on base. And that ball is outside, didn't break. And Miller will make his way down. So Tyler Castelli now makes his way to the batter's box. As I said earlier, Castelli's got his family in from Tampa Bay. Castelli, a product of the Ostingers Academy in Lithia, Florida. Constantly a top 10 travel ball, showcase ball team in the country. So he's had some good tutelage there from Armwood High School. And of course, Jimmy Osting. If you're in South Florida, you know who Jimmy is. And now Castelli making his way at Embry-Riddle University. Excellent, excellent kid. Big boy. That ball is outside for ball number 1. I will give Sheeran the same warning that I gave you with Tyler Stone. Do not throw Castelli an inside fastball. That ball did curve in for a strike. This early in the count, Castelli's not going to go after that pitch. There's nothing he can do with it anyways. Fastball outside. It was going to be ball 2, but Castelli said, hey, let me take a swack at it and see what we can do here. And he fouled it off. So the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Miller on at first base. And that ball hit to the shortstop. Oh, he bobbles the ball. Trying to make a double play before he made 1 play. So that'll be an error to the shortstop. And Tyler Castelli says thank you, and I'll head over to first base, grab my Skittles from Coach Woodside. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Mason Levitt. Just a real funny guy. Mason is, he's not the most talkative, but a great sense of humor. Can play can play various positions for you, but a really good kid that goes to Northwest Nazarene University, NNU, a Div 2 school in Nampa. That ball is bounced in from Sheeran. So nobody out. Ball 1. Mason Levitt, the batter. He's looking at putting that ball on the right-hand side. Big hole over there. Bachman holding the runner at second base. He'll bounce off now. Thought that ball was a strike. It dipped out of the zone. It's now 2-0. Fantastic crowd for a Sunday afternoon. In fact, we've got cars still coming in. 5 o'clock on Sundays, of course, getaway day. Here's the pitch. That pitch is up and in. That's ball number 3. So so Sheeran once again is playing with disaster here. The Spuds haven't got any base hit with the bases loaded in the second inning. Now they're trying to load him again. Here's a 3-0 count to Levitt. That's a fastball that's bounced in. So that's going to load him up for the second time tonight. In the bottom of the third inning, there's nobody out. And we're going to see a pitching change here, folks. So we'll be right back with more Spuds baseball right after this. Well, Drew Hedke is your new pitcher. He's been warming up in the Sasquatch bullpen. Bases are loaded. There are nobody out, and Zach Schwartzberg is now the batter from Saddleback Community College. And once again, the Spuds nemesis is back. The dreaded bases loaded with nobody out. I keep saying that, but we hit it again in the second inning. Scored 1 run. Got a new pitcher now in Hedke. We saw him on Thursday night, I believe. First pitch. The pitch is in there for a strike. Schwartzberg's asking him. That was outside. But the pitch was called a strike, so it's a strike. Strike number 2. Ball hit a lamppost and came back into play, and a nice little fan goes over, picks the ball up, and says, "Hey, Mom, hey, Dad, we got ourselves a Spuds game ball." So Hedke now, all he did is come in out of the bullpen and throwing a couple strikes here. Train coming across. Let's see if Schwartzberg can find some grass out there. He's going to step out of the box. What a beautiful night for baseball here in Caldwell. There's a ball on the ground. He's going to try to come home, get the force. The ball's in the dirt. He's not going to get anybody. First baseman made a mistake. Now, Castelli's going to score. The runners advance. The Spuds score 2 on the error. The pitcher didn't cover. So the first baseman had a play at home, but he put the ball in the dirt. Ball gets away from the catcher. And the Spuds score 2. It's now a 6-1 ball game. So everything that was supposed to happen happened on that play in regards to the Sasquatch, but the first baseman did not make the throw home. Catcher tried to make a play. Andrew Johnson lost the ball in the dirt. That scored 2 runs. Now Gabe Garrett's up. Runners at first and second base. First and third base. That pitch is outside for ball number 1. So that's what happens in this league is things happen quickly. The first baseman could have taken his time. He had the Spuds runner coming down third base by 20 feet. Things happen fast, and that's ball 2. So they really had a chance. I mean, Schwartzberg went down the first base line pretty quick. I don't think they would have doubled him up. But if that's how the Spuds are going to score with the bases loaded, we'll take it. Hedge with a strike. That pitch over the inside corner. There goes Schwartzberg taking second base, but that ball's fouled off into the Sasquatch bullpen. And Hedke has battled back. It's now a 2-2 count. Nice at-bat for Gabe. Gabe in high school was batting up a little farther in the order, but when you're playing collegiate summer baseball with guys that are second, third year university guys, you've got to earn that. And Gabe is trying to do that, working himself in the lineup as a position player, but also as a pitcher. He's been excellent out of the bullpen for the Spuds, who pitching this year has not been the issue. Their issue's been hitting. And not trying to make 2 outs before they make 1. But I will say, a great group of guys. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Gabe goes right back up the middle. There's the play at second base. Gabe scampering down. That ball's thrown away, and that's another error. Gabe Garrett's going to go to second base. Should have been a double play. Threw the ball away. Spuds are going to score a run. We now have a 7-1 ball game as Sasquatch now have decided to throw the ball around a bit here in the bottom of the third inning.
Number 8, Riker.
So the Spuds, have scored 3 runs on no hits. Sasquatch have made 2 errors. That's going to bring Riker Billingsley back up to the plate. Billingsley, the center fielder, top of the order, as Coach Velagas is Coach Eddie going to get the 14 pieces of gear for Garrett, and Garrett just goes in his back pocket, grabs some more gear. I remember the day when kids didn't even wear helmets. Now it's full body armor. They got a suit, a hat, a helmet, a sword. It's crazy. Now they got something that looks like an oven mitt. My kid doesn't even bake. Here's the first pitch to Riker. That's up high for ball one. Again, if you're just catching us now, Spuds have scored 3 in the first off a 3-run home run from Stone, 1 in the second, and now 3 here in the bottom of the third, a 7-1 lead over the Sasquatch. Billingsley wanted that. That was a nice pitch for him to hit. He's saying, hey, where was that? That ball tailed outside. That was a great setup there by Hedke. That ball down for ball 2. So this will be my last game here in the tower doing the play-by-play on our YouTube channel. Nick Gruber, the voice of the Spuds, will be back, not next week. We'll be on the road next week, but the week after that. So excited to see Nick back. And there's a pitch. That ball is tipped back out. Hedke makes a play. Step and throws, and that one was a little funky on to first base, but that'll be for the second out. They did get the out at second base. So Nick Gruber coming back next week.
Number 1, Owen Bischoff.
Owen Bischoff now in the box. He's been here for so long, I think officially now he could probably run for mayor. We already got a mayor, though, right? We have a mayor? Oh, we got a mayor, so we can be like an assistant to the mayor. He's got a place to live. He's got a camper, I think, at Jerem's house to live in, so we'll see. Bischoff pounds that into the ground. Let's see if he can run it out. Looks like he can, and not in time. Beats him just by a step. Well, 3 runs on a couple hits. And the Spuds take a 7-1 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. So happy Father's Day out there to all the dads watching. Barbecue going. Get yourself a frosty Diet Coke. We'll be right back with more Spuds baseball right after this. So we just had a couple dads do the race from first and third to second base blindfolded, and that could have gone as well as you would have thought. 2 dads on Father's Day, a couple Miller Lights in, and they hit at second base. So it's not necessarily the game that I would play. So, but hey, it is what it is. It's collegiate summer baseball. It's a lot of fun. It's fan friendly. So if you're looking for a team to take the family out and have a good time, and the kids are going to enjoy themselves, Spuds Baseball is where it's at. In fact, the whole entire ILB, you can go to the ILB website at Independence League and check out the other teams in the league and where they play. If you're spending some time traveling this summer, we'd love to see you. So Cam Hoyland is the batter, the right fielder coming in now, top of the 4th inning. First pitch is outside for a ball. So the key for Tom right now with a 7-1 lead this early in the game is just to stay working, to keep busy, and don't slow the game down. As Hoyland takes a shot into center field, does Riker have a chance? Yeah, he does. Absolutely unbelievable catch in center field. Riker Billingsley, welcome to Caldwell, Idaho. He got some airtime under that. Superman didn't made the catch. Absolutely fantastic grab by Riker on that. That's one out now. An exciting grab. You could see that ball tailing off, and I thought, well, if he goes airborne, Bischoff was in behind him to stop it, to hold it to a single, but no, Riker made an incredible catch. Gabe Springer now the batter, the shortstop. Top of the fourth inning. Thank you for hanging out with us today. And Tom comes inside. It was a count to 1-1. I also want to thank all the Spearfish parents and host family and everybody in Spearfish for hanging out with us this week. And can tell I'm brand new at this and the board and how to run it and all that kind of stuff. My name is Jeff Dobish, and my son and I here own the Canyon County Spuds. Our second year in the league. First year with the ILB, but second year here in Caldwell, and pretty fortunate to be able to bring you these games as Tom puts that ball into the ground. It's 3-1 count now. So Gabe Springer's just looking to get on base. Tom is just looking to get an out. Foul ball from Springer. So Tom just trying to, what they call this, pitch to contact. I mean, you have the batter hit the ball where you want him to hit it, and that's right at where we got a guy and get the out. Here's the full count pitch, and it's hit to Mason Levitt at second base. Over to Tyler Miller at first. That's out number 2. So the catcher, Andrew Johnson,
Number 23, Andrew Johnson.
makes his way up to the batter's box. Lots of people here with the best baseball food in the world right here. All fresh made. The Spuds have a 20-foot food trailer that all the burgers and fries and finger steaks are all made to order. That ball's fouled off for strike number 1. Best food in the league, bar none. Brisket nachos. If you come to the ballpark, get yourself some brisket nachos. They're absolutely fantastic, and we're so proud to have 10 Barrel Brewing as a huge sponsor, a premium sponsor here with the Spuds. Oh, that absolutely bent over there for strike number 2. I do want to say hello to my wife in Tampa Bay, Florida. I'm going to go home for a couple days this week and spend some time with her. Shaughnessy, hello. That ball's up there for ball number 1. My wife is an interior designer and decorator, and last summer we met some nice folks at the wineries up here, so now her restaurant in Lithia, Florida, the White Oak Cottage, carries St. Chappelle and Sawtooth wines right here from Caldwell. Pretty awesome. Here's the pitch from Tom, and now goes to a 2-2 count. So we're excited to do that, and we've had some of our friends from the Caldwell area come down. It's really neat for them to go to a restaurant and all the way across the country in Tampa Bay and have St. Chappelle wines that are 10 minutes up on the hill here. There's strike 3 for Tom. Excellent job. So Brendan Tom does his job. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Spuds are coming to bat. Stick with us. We'll be right back right after these words from an awesome sponsor. So welcome back to Caldwell. Beautiful little town here in Idaho. 25 minutes west of Boise. Just a great area, growing area. About 70,000 people here in the Caldwell area. I want to say hello to my good buddy Bryler. Trying to find an ice cream. I was looking at a picture of him last night. He had ice cream all over his face. He's a good kid. He's always around the ballpark and always has a smile on his face, and he'll make your day. So, Bryler, if you're watching, how are you? Now, go get me an ice cream so I can smear it on your face. Bottom of the fourth, Tyler Stone is your batter. Tyler's already hit a 3-run home run in the first inning tonight. Trying to get on base and get things started. Count goes to 1-1. Pitch on the inside. That bounced in. Hedke trying to move the ball around. And again, Hedge's what he's trying to do is Drew's trying to speed the game up. Get 3 quicks out and get his bats back up. See if they can get back into this ball game. Here's the pitch. That ball's fouled out of play. Excellent contact by Stone. He was just slightly behind that. Now, had he squared that ball up, that ball would have went to left field. So they're catching on pretty quickly here. Not to bring anything inside. That's a fastball. Here's the 2-2 pitch. That ball's fouled out again. That ball's hit a high chop. There goes Stone. Does he have it? Shortstop makes a nice play and goes to first base. Excellent play by Springer. Took a second high bounce and had a split-second decision to make. Otherwise, Stone would have been safe at first, but he got him by a step. So here comes Flynn, first baseman, Montana State product, Billings. Flynn hasn't gotten a hold of anything here tonight, but he has had an excellent series. Here's the first pitch. That ball is in there for a strike. Ball did not catch the corner. Count goes to 1-1. So the Spuds head out this week to Dickinson, North Dakota. Play the Badlands Big Sticks and the Western Nebraska Pioneers. Swinging strike there. And Hedke is now ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice curveball there for strike 3. First time we've seen that pitch tonight, I think, so far from Drew Hedke. Gets a strikeout on it. That's going to bring up the catcher, Tyler Miller, Bellevue Community College product. Tyler's got a bunch of buddies on the Sasquatch. They're hanging out last night and having a good time. That's the cool part about this league. You can have 4 or 5 buddies on the same college team that sort of scatter around with other clubs. You get to see them in the summertime. And the shortstop made a heck of a play, but he lost that ball in the glove. That's a great play. That's not an error. He made a nice play on that ball, and Miller gets a base hit. So with 2 out, Miller gets on.
Tyler Costelli.
Costelli back up. He scored on a 2-error play here on a wild throw from the first baseman back in the bottom of the 3rd inning. He's back up here now in the 4th, but with 2 outs. And Miller on at first base. That ball's down low for a ball. The Hedke has had a good mix of that low pitch that's coming in. It hasn't been a wasted pitch for him. So he's done a nice job of coming back. He's got a nice fastball, and he's got an excellent curveball that he'll toss over there every now and again. Costelli gets his bat on that ball, pops it up. Now, are they too far back? That's a long way to go for Crott, but he makes a catch in shallow center field. Well, 1 hit, 1 man left on. Bottom of the 4th, no runs for the Spuds. We'll go to the top of the 5th, folks. Game whizzing right by. Happy Father's Day. Stick with us. We'll be right back right after these messages. We have a hula hoop contest on right now with some of the dads. I think some beer bellies were getting in the way down there. I think nobody got it going. I don't think anybody got it going. They just kind of started it, and it was a bit of a problem. So we are back out here in the top of the 5th inning. 7-1 the Spuds lead. Brendan Tom coming out for his 5th inning of work.
Now batting number 17, Bailey Bordas.
The third baseman, Bordas, now leading off for the Sasquatch. Other than a little bit of wind, the weather's been fantastic today. We've had a great week of weather. Spuds have utilized that wind going from left to right. Here's the first pitch from Tom. That's in there for a strike. So we got some dogs at the park today. We've got some, looks like 2 or 3 generations of dads, some veterans. That's in there for a strike as well. It's always great as we're working hard to make the Canyon County Spuds really a staple here of what they call the Treasure Valley. Boise and Meridian, Nampa, Caldwell. That ball's way outside. Started this franchise last year. Got beat up several times by these Sasquatch. McAdoo. That's what happened. The MVP of the league last year. San Jose State product. Excellent kid. Tom gets another strikeout. That's out number one, excuse me. Yeah, what a team last year was in Spearfish, and get another great ball club. Don't be fooled by the record, folks. The season's 2 halves, and sometimes you get off to a jump and get ahead of everybody else. But these teams have been very even all week long, and the Spuds are half a game out from the Badlands Big Sticks for first place in the league. So there's a shot right to Mason Levitt. He'll take the 1 bounce over to Flynn at first base. So Tom is doing his job and working quickly. So the season itself breaks down into 2 halves. You've got a first half winner and you've got a second half winner. 4 teams make the playoffs. And that's what the Sasquatch capitalized on last year as well. But they've got an excellent pitching staff. They have some really good defenders. Not sure if something may have happened to McHenry here in the last couple of days. He hasn't played today or last night. But with him and Bachman up the middle, that's a very good, solid interior defense. As Tom gets strike number 1 with Trey Vorwald, the left fielder. Doesn't have a lot of activity tonight in left field, but he's played in every game. There's strike 2 from Tom. 1-2 count, 2 out. Top of the 5th inning. That ball is fouled off. So around the ILB right now, it's the Fremont Moo are leading the Gem City Bison. That game's in the 7th inning. They're leading them 19-3. Curveball didn't sit. The Western Nebraska Pioneers are leading the Nebraska Prospects 9-4. And that ball's hit up the middle. Schwartzberg's not going to get to that, so Vorwald has a base hit here with 2 out. And the Badlands Big Sticks, who the Spuds are trailing by half a game, are 6-1 leaders in the 7th inning. They're beating the North Platte Plainsmen. So all 10 teams in the ILB playing today. We'll give you some more updates as we go along. But Ryan Bachman now making his way in. Tom looking for a ground ball. Bachman fouls that off. Checking him over at first base. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Tom. That's high for ball number 2. No, it's 1-1, sorry. The count is 1-1 now with 2 outs. We're in the top of the 5th inning. There's ball 2. So just to make you aware, the top half of the next inning that we're going to leave the cameras on in between the inning, and we won't have any play-by-play. Just got to jump out for a couple minutes here, and we'll be back, but we'll leave the camera on, and some of you may find it better without any play-by-play. I don't know. So here's the 2-1 pitch. That's up high as well. Well, this is the longest Brendan Tom has gone this year, so he's had a couple short outings, and I think that's what Miller's going out to see him about, saying, look, get that pitch down. We don't want to give these guys any kind of hope. They don't need runners on base. So hit the glove, put the ball in action. But Bachman's not a guy you want to do that with. He's a guy that can hit the ball anywhere. He's a great contact hitter. That's ball 4.
Now batting, your beer batter, number 28, Harrison Clark.
The bullpen is going for the Spuds.
He's offering half-price pub beer till the end of the inning, so let's make some noise.
Obviously trying to get Tom through this inning. So looking for a ground ball is Harrison Clark. It's now the batter. There's 2 out, 2 men on. The fans are looking for a strikeout. This is the 10 Barrel Brewing Beer batter. Here's the first pitch from Tom. That is a ball. In there for a strike. That was a close strike, though.
Strike 1.
That was a generous zone by the umpire. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Tom. That ball's fouled off. So now they're going to start getting excited.
Strike 2. Get on your feet. Let's go.
So the crowd is on their feet. It's a 1-2 count, 2 out. Is it going to be half price 10 barrel beer here for the next half inning? Here's the pitch from Tom. No, it's a big hit from Gabe. Oh, that went on through the legs of Mason Levitt. That ball's going to score a run. That's going to be a hit. It's going to score a run. Sasquatch now have runners at first and third. So Harrison Clark delivers with a hard shot there. Levitt couldn't make the play. Bickerstaff will now be your batter. So that takes the score to 7-2. So exactly what Tom didn't want to do was extend this inning. There's 2 outs, looking for a ground ball there. But he started off with a count that was not indicative of him getting ahead to the runner before Bachman. And on a 1-2 count, Harrison Clark picks up an RBI. That ball's fouled off. A Bickerstaff starts off with an 0-1 count. So runners at the corner, 2 out. And Tom is trying to get out of this inning. That ball dropped over, but not for a strike. Count goes to 1-1. Ball's outside again. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Now 3-1. There's a 3-1 pitch from Tom. Inside for ball 4. Bases are now loaded. Now you got a tough decision for Coach Alec. Do you make a pitching change here? You obviously think that maybe Tom is done. He's hit his limit for the night. Or do you try to stick him out there and see if the Spuds can get one more out? You got to think he's on a batter-by-batter basis right now, but you want him to go 5 because Tom has deserved the win. It's only been the last couple 3 batters here that have created a problem. Already 1 run in for the Sasquatch right now. Cam Hoyland, the right fielder, is now the batter. Nice stop from Miller. There's ball 2. Hoyland's a tough batter. He's been a tough batter all week. I pitch in there for a strike. 2-1 the count. There is 2 outs. So a fly up or a ground ball to somebody here's what the Spuds are looking for. Sasquatch are looking to carry the inning on. Hoyland helped him out, swinging at that pitch. That was ball 3. Count goes to 2-2.
That's strike 2. Let's get on our feet, people. Make some noise.
So let's see what Tom has left in the tank here. Here's the pitch. That ball's hit to Flynn on the right side. Foul ball. Defensive swing for Hoyland. And the count remains 2-2. That's a big pitch for Tom right here. And he hit the batter. That's going to score another run for the Sasquatch. And Coach Alec is coming out now. It looks like they're going to have a pitching change. We'll be right back. Just a moment. So Nate Galusha now the pitcher for the Spuds. Gabe Springer, the shortstop, will be the first batter Nate faces. 2 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Sasquatch already have 2 runs in, 7-3 ball game. And Brendan Tom just ran out of gas. Plain and simple. Nate Galusha making his 3rd appearance of the season. Trying to break in a curveball there. That ball didn't break in. So bases are loaded, 2 out. Springer is the batter. Andrew Johnson on deck. Ball 2. Two and 1 count to Springer. He's looking at extending the inning. That ball is up. 3-1 now the count. Here's the pitch from Galusha. Swing and a miss from Springer.
That's 2 strikes. Let's get up, make some noise.
Big pitch from Galusha right here. That ball's foul. Turned on that ball.
We still have 2 strikes. Don't stop.
Here's the pitch from Galusha. Don't know where that went, but that walked him. So 7-4 now the ball game. We've had 2 outs for a while. Sasquatch getting all of this with 2 outs. So Andrew Johnson, the catcher, comes in. And walks. And 1 hit, I believe. Two hits so far in the inning. Sasquatch have scored 3 runs on 2 hits and a bunch of walks. There's ball 1. There's a strike from Galusha. Hit right at Schwartzberg. He'll make the play across the diamond. So finally, Spuds get that ever evasive 3rd out, but not before the Sasquatch score 3 and come back into the ball game. Spuds now lead 7-4. We'll be right back with the bottom of the 5th inning right after this. The Spuds needs to get some of those runs back. Sasquatch did it yesterday as well. Picked up 3 runs, I believe, in the 5th inning, and bases loaded there. A tough spot, but Hedke comes back out. Mason Levitt starting things off for the Spuds. That's a strike on the outside corner. So what the Spuds want to do now is they want to extend an inning. They want to see what they can do to put some time on the board. They don't want a 1-2-3 inning for the Sasquatch, but Hedge's come out with 2 straight strikes, and Levitt has found himself now behind 0-2. Tries to go back out there and get him to chase it. He doesn't. Nathan goes to NNU and Northwest Nazarene University, an excellent baseball program. That ball's up for ball 2. Just up the street. Went to the College World Series, the Division II World Series last year, and had a great team this year as well. That ball is fouled off as Levitt is battling here to have a good at-bat. Another ball off the light tower and back into the stands. That gets exciting. So an excellent at-bat for Mason right now. Here's a pitch from Hedke. That's up for ball 3. So from an 0-2 count to a full count, Hedge's got to throw a strike or at least put it in a spot where Mason may be able to put the bat on the ball. But a great at-bat nevertheless. Here's the pitch. Excellent at-bat and a base hit right back up the middle. Fantastic by Mason Levitt. Excellent second baseman. But even a smarter baseball player, and that's exactly what the Spuds needed right there, is they needed a leadoff single. So that slows everything down now. So Schwartzberg now, we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. I think Coach Eddie might be putting something on here, at least to advance the runner and get him into scoring for the top of the order, as Gabe Garrett, Riker Billingsley, and Bischoff is up after Schwartzberg if he can get on, the shortstop from Saddleback Community College. Levitt takes his lead. Here's Hedke with the first pitch to Schwartzberg, and Levitt is taken off. It is a hit and run play at second base is safe, and Schwartzberg is out at first base. I think Schwartzberg got caught watching that play because it was a sharp hit ball down to third base. Levitt was running it out and beat the force play at second base, but the second baseman turned out at first base. So same as a bunt, but a little more exciting. Third baseman had to make a nice play on that. He's saying he made a mistake there, but no, he had to make a nice play on that, backhanded it, get it to second base. So the Sasquatch are fortunate. The Spuds don't have 2 men on, but they made a nice defensive play. Now the Spuds have a runner in scoring position. Nice pitch by Hedke. That's for a strike. Gabe Garrett, the batter from Florida Tech. Third baseman for the Spuds tonight. See if Gabe can put a ball on the right side and score Levitt. Oh, he looked on that. Looked, that curveball stayed up there. Gabe liked that. But again, a curveball isn't going to help him out. Hedke wants him to hit that curveball. Gabe needs an outside fastball, something he can stay on the inside of and put it to the right-hand side, maybe get through that hole. Ball's inside for ball 2. 2-1 count. Excellent crowd this afternoon here in Caldwell. Other than the wind blowing from left to right at about 14 miles an hour. Weather's been perfect this week. Here's the pitch from Hedke. That ball is outside, but caught the strike zone. So 2-2 count. Garrett's going to be a little selective here. Or defensive, rather. Hedke's looking for a strikeout. Here's the pitch from Hedke. And Gabe Garrett does his job. A ball hit up the middle. Second baseman makes the play over to first. Not in time. That'll move Levitt over to third base, and Garrett runs it out. He's fast. He's deceivingly fast as Garrett. He's not necessarily a huge base stealer. You can put a hit and run on with him. But as soon as that second baseman, Bachman, went for the second bounce, he didn't have a chance. And then what happens is you get into a situation where does he throw that ball away? So Riker Billingsley is now your batter. Riker's made a phenomenal catch in center field, and he's got a base hit. We're at top of the order. And Riker's looking to maybe pull something here. That would be a good idea right now with the first baseman holding Garrett. Just pull something down that right field corner. No, he went to the pitcher. Billingsley off. They get the out at second base. Ball's in the dirt. They get the runner at first base as the double play is made, and the Spuds do not score. So we'll go to the top of the sixth inning. It's the Spuds 7, the Sasquatch 4. We'll be right back with more right after this. So Bailey Bordas leads off for the Sasquatch. Galusha is still in the game for the Spuds. It's a fresh inning for him. His first pitch is a swing and a miss. Galusha, another NNU student, plays second base and pitches for the Spuds. Second pitch is hit up in the air. Bischoff coming over. And makes the out.
Now batting number 11, Gage Crott.
The center fielder Gabe Crott, the number 9 batter, will come up. His first time facing Galusha. Galusha came on for Brendan Tom in the last inning to get the final out. Stop some of that bleeding. Here's a nice bunt down third base. Great idea by Crott, but Gabe Garrett let that ball go foul. I'd like to see more of that. These guys get up there trying to hack and have some fun. I get it, but let's put something in play here. And the Spuds have a 7-4 lead because of them putting a play in play. First baseman couldn't make the throw and scored a couple runs. So you never know what happens when you put that ball in play and force these guys to play it defensively. But count is 0-1. Croc gets back in the batter's box. 1 out. We're in the top of the sixth inning. Things moving along here in Caldwell, Idaho. Here's the pitch from Galusha. That is in for a strike. 0-2 count. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Looking for a bender, and he got it. It was a fastball from Galusha. Count stays 0-2. So Nate Galusha is a bit of a character. He's a bit of a funny guy. They did the dance-off yesterday. Nate was the recipient for the Spuds. And it was fantastic. Never seen anything like it before. It was awesome. But a great dugout guy, a great teammate. And counting on him right now to come in and shut this down. And Crott took a hack at it. Gabe Garrett picks it up. He's going to have a hard time. He bobbled that ball. So an error by Gabe at third base. And the Sasquatch now have something going again. That was a hard hit ball right at Gabe, but couldn't handle it. So top of the order for the Sasquatch, Trey Vorwald will be your hitter, the left fielder. The first time this season with Gabe at third base. It was just a hard hit ball into his waist and bobbled it and tried to pick it up and dropped it again. So here's Galusha with a pitch. That pitch is inside. Ball number 1. Oh, they got him. Absolutely nailed him. Miller. And that wasn't, and Crott is fast. But Miller from his knees throws him out. What a tremendous play. That we're going to look back on later on in this game. And that's a game changer right there. Absolute game changer. And that takes the count to 1-1. It was a strike on that, swinging by Vorwald. And Crott thrown out at second base. Excellent play by the catcher, Tyler Miller. Here's the pitch from Galusha. And that brushed Vorwald back. Made a nice attempt. He had nothing to do but bail out on that pitch. His count now goes to 2-1, but with 2 outs. That ball's hit down the third base line. Coach makes a nice play. Coach attempts to make a nice play, but he didn't. So Tyler Miller bails Gabe Garrett out. Nobody on. 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the Spuds trying to get out of this inning. And that ball is hit up. It's in play. No, it's out of play. Fan made a great snow cone grab. Guy's got a Spuds hat on. Let's sign him up. Tremendous amount of Spuds gear out there. I love looking out, and I see all the potatoes everywhere. As Spudley, our mascot, making his way around the stadium, getting the kids involved. And that's really what it's all about, is getting these kids involved and having fun and coming out of the ballpark and having some hot dogs. And here's a pitch from Galusha. That ball's hit sharp. That's going to be a base hit. That gets by Schwartzberg. So when we talk about the throw out by Miller just a second ago, that would have advanced Croc for sure, if not scored him. So Bachman now your batter. With a nice hit by Vorwald. So this is it, Game 5 of the 5-game series that started Wednesday night. The Spuds took the first 3. The Sasquatch came back last night, winning 4-3. And the getaway game today. Spuds currently in a 7-4 lead, as Galusha throws a curveball that started out of the zone and ended up bending over the zone for strike number 1. Bachman, an excellent batter. And big lead at first base by Vorwald. Ball 1. Big lead at first base by Vorwald. He's not going anywhere. Foul back from Bachman. So the Spuds are going to be gone for the next week. They will be in Dickinson, North Dakota, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Western Nebraska, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, back next Monday, where they will have a home game. Here's the pitch. That pitch is up. That takes the count to 2-2. Spuds leaves Dickinson on Sunday and be back on Monday for a series here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So 2-2 count. 2 out. Bachman the batter. Here's the pitch from Galusha. That ball is hit down the right field line. Castelli back to play that on a hop. He loses the ball. That's going to score Vorwald, as Bachman got all of that. So now the Sasquatch have added another run. So you can see now where That stolen base
Now batting, number 28.
is coming into the game. It's now 7-5.
10 Barrel Brewing Company.
I think we're going to see a pitching change here. This is just getting too close for comfort. The Spuds, not that long ago, had a 7-1 lead. We'll be right back right after this. So Kate Castillo, now the pitcher for the Spuds, the reliever, number 29. The Submariner. So Harrison Clark is the first baseman, will be the batter. Oh, 2 outs, excuse me. 2 out, runner at second base, which is Bachman. And the Sasquatch have clawed back into this game. Spuds in need of a big out right here. They've scored 4 here in the last 2 innings and are threatening again with a runner at second base. First pitch from Castillo, way out. Nice block by Miller. Ball number 1. That ball fouled off. Not sure if Harrison Clark has seen a Submariner before. He's late on that pitch. And here's the 1-1 pitch from Castillo. Ball 2. So Castillo's trying to induce a infield fly, trying to get the batter under the ball. Also gets a ground ball. That ball's hit down the right side. Foul, though. Strike 2. Harrison Clark has done a nice job with a couple of the pitches that have been in the zone. So here's a big pitch right here. Castillo looking to end the inning, and Harrison Clark is looking to extend it. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Here's the pitch from Castillo. That ball curved in, and that would have hit him had he not gone out of the way. So Castillo has not been sharp coming into the game right now. Going 3-2, not throwing strikes, and he has an opportunity here to throw a strike and get the ball in play. That is strike 3 right there. That ball was a little outside, folks. They rung him up. So we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back right after this. Bischoff leading off for the Spuds in the bottom of the 6th inning. It'll be Bischoff, Stone, and Flynn. There's a pitch. That ball's foul. Is he running out of room down there? Yeah, he did. He ran out of room. The right fielder did. Ran into the fence. Arm looks a little worse for wear. That's just going to be a long strike. So 1-2 count. Bischoff, the Yakima Yak, went to Yakima Community College in Yakima, Washington. 2nd year with the Spuds. Utility guy. I think everything he did last year, he did everything except for, I believe, catch. And he might have. So Bischoff tried to put the ball in play. Spuds need to get a couple runs back right here. Now's the time to do it. That part of the order. Hedke trying to stop that. Here's the pitch. That ball is high for ball 2. Struck him out. That was a nice pitch from Hedke. And with 2 strikes, Bischoff couldn't afford it to wait. Tyler Stone now the batter, as the Spuds offense has puttered down to nothing since the bottom of the 3rd inning. Stone's first pitch is fouled away. So the Sasquatch now lead the Spuds in hits. I believe it's 7-6.
If you want a black shipping truck, we're sorry.
A pitch in there. A nice pitch for Headke's come in for Griffin Sheeran and done a tremendous job. He's in his third inning of work now. Ball's outside. 7-5 ball game. It was 7-1. The Sasquatch have come back to make it a ball game, scoring 4 in the 5th and the 6th. And there's a soft hit ball by Stone. First baseman over to make the play. He'll juggle it there with the pitcher, but he'll make the out. So that'll be the second out of the inning.
Now batting number 10, Peyton Flynn.
So Peyton Flynn will be the batter, Peyton Flynn will be the batter. The first baseman tonight's done a nice job over there. That ball's inside for ball 1. Nobody down in the Sasquatch bullpen. There shouldn't be. Headke's done a nice job. He's come in and shut the door and allowed the team to crawl back in. There's lots of game left. When Headke came in, it was only the end of the third inning when the Spuds had a 7-1 lead. Now they battled back. Headke's done a nice job. He's got a 2-0 count here to Flynn. Flynn gets a piece of that and fouls that back. Count goes to 2-1. That pitch is outside now, 3-1. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Headke to Flynn. That ball is down for ball 4.
Now back to the Spuds, your catcher, number 28, Tyler Miller.
So here's Miller. Saved the Spuds a run last inning when he threw out Croc, the center fielder, trying to steal second base for the second out. Turned out to be a big one. So 2 outs. We're on the bottom of the 6th. We still got 3 more to go, folks. Flynn taking his lead at first base. Miller already has a hit tonight. Roped down the first base line, but foul for strike number 1. That ball fouled off. Pitcher over to play his play. Miller running it out. Leaves a play at first base. You have time. No, foul ball. A couple sounds sounded real weird there last night, as if it went off somebody's foot, and that's exactly what happened here. It was a foul ball in front of the plate, and everybody looked around, but the umpires had already called time, and that whole play is going to be for naught. It's just going to be a strike on Miller. I think he might think he has a broken bat there. Actually, he was running to the dugout. He thought that he was out. The umpire says, no, it's just a strike. So now would be a nice time for him to dip something there on the right side and keep the inning moving. And Miller gets a hold of that, but that ball's up in the air way too long, and with 2 outs, I don't know why Flynn's going back to first base. Not too sure what was going on there, but we'll go to the top of the 7th inning. It's the Spuds 7, the Sasquatch 5. We'll be right back with more baseball right after this. So Biggerstaff will lead things off here for the Sasquatch. Cade Castillo out for his second inning of work. We're in the top of the seventh, starting things off. Here's the first pitch from Castillo. That's inside for a ball. That's outside for ball two. So Castillo, 3 straight balls. That's in there for a strike. Biggerstaff trying to work himself on as designated hitter. Let's see what Castillo does in the 3-1 pitch is now 3-2. Pitch down for ball 4. So leadoff walk, that's never good.
Now batting number 8, Cam Hoyler.
So the right fielder, Hoyland the batter, left-handed batter. And ball number 1. Ball fouled off by Hoyland. Hoyland a little late on that swing. Nice pitch by Castillo. Gabe Springer, and the shortstop is on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Castillo. That ball's fouled off. That ball's way outside. Evens the count up at 2-2. Fouled off once again from Hoyland. Nice at bat. The Spuds looking for a double play ball right here. Here's a pitch from Castillo. That ball's way outside. Try to throw a curveball. Castillo now in jeopardy of walking the first 2 batters here to lead off the 7th inning. And Castillo did what Castillo does, which is induce a high fly ball for out number 1. Came back and threw a nice pitch.
Now batting number 12, Gabe Springer.
Look, Gabe Springer's now your batter, the shortstop. Do the Spuds go lefty on lefty here? I think Castillo's done a nice job. He did walk the batter, But he's done a nice job, and I think he's going to the bullpen once again. Kate Castillo, nice job for the Spuds tonight. And they're going to the NNU closer. Spud All-Star last year. Blake McFadden, the local Meridian baseball player. The big hard-throwing lefty coming in now for the Spuds. We'll be right back with more Spuds baseball right after this. So Blake McFadden now into pitch for the Spuds from Northwest Nazarene University. Coming out here with one out here in the top of the 7th inning. Gabe Springer moves over to the right side of the plate. Here's a first pitch from Blake. That ball is tipped into the glove of Miller for strike number 1. So the left-handed McFadden, that's exactly what he's going to try to do there, is keep that runner close. Flynn, unfortunately, has his glasses on. He's going to take those off now. Sun is no longer an issue. Now he'll go back to first, and here's Blake coming set. It's in there for a strike. I don't believe the Sasquatch need runners, so I don't believe that Bickerstaff is going to be on the move here, only because that they can't afford to have him out. Miller just threw out a guy, Croc, much faster than Bickerstaff. So here's the 0-2 count to Springer. That ball's hit up in the air. Miller's going to have a look at that. That ball's out of play. Lucky fan's going to have a souvenir. Little guy there is going to get the ball and then throw it back to Dad. Wearing an Oakland Athletics jersey. No wonder he dropped the ball. Sorry, any of you Athletics fans out there, but we're big Mariners fans here. Here's a pitch from McFadden outside. That's the first ball on the count there. Count goes to 1-2. Springer's fouled off one. Bickerstaff at first base. Castillo got Hoyland to pop up, and here's the 1-2 pitch from Blake. Takes a little something off that. Ball 2 outside. If I know Blake McFadden, he's going to come in something a little hot right now on the inside. Try to jam Springer. maybe induce a double play. Here's the 2-2 pitch from McFadden. No, Springer turned on that. Castelli going back. He's under it. Excellent catch by Castelli. With the wind blowing from left to right, that ball in the air, it's been hung up all week. That wind has been blowing out there. It looked off the crack of the bat that it may be some trouble, but it is not. So Johnson is your batter. The catcher. 2 outs. And the Spuds hanging on to a 7-5 lead. The Sasquatch have out-hit the Spuds 7-6. Spuds getting all their runs in the first 3 innings. So here's McFadden to Andrew Johnson. That's outside for a ball. Blake trying to get him to chase something. Andrew Johnson nowhere near that pitch, and that's a strikeout. Or excuse me, a strike for McFadden. Nice move by McFadden over to first base. That's not his A move. He's making sure that Biggerstaff doesn't get too big of a lead. There's a 1-1 pitch. That ball's inside. Whoa. Not sure where that ball missed. It's outside. Now count goes to 3-1. Bailey Bordas, the third baseman, is on deck. Three-one count, 2 out. Top of the 7th inning. Blake McFadden on to pitch for the Spuds. There's a 3-1 pitch to. That's in there for a strike. Might have been a bit of a wake or a makeup for that inside fastball that looked to be across the inside of the plate, but was not. That's a full count pitch. Johnson going to be defensive on his swing. Here's the pitch from McFadden. Struck him out. Out number 3. Well, Blake McFadden comes in and does his job. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Stay with us, folks. Got an exciting ball game for you here. We'll be right back with more right after this. So we're in the 7th inning stretch here at Wolf Field. So my player of the game so far for the Sasquatch has to be the reliever, Drew Hedke. All he's done is come in the 4th inning and shut the door. In fact, he slammed the door. So Tyler Castelli, the number 6 batter for the Spuds, is going to lead off here for the Spuds. And the Spuds got to get some runs. They haven't hit the ball. They haven't manufactured anything. Costelli, first pitch fastball. That ball was lined out for a strike down the left field line. Ball's outside. Didn't catch the corner. There's the 1-1 pitch from Hedke. That ball's outside as well. So a walk in this particular sense, and I know the count's only 2-1, but if Costelli can walk, he does have some great wheels. So he is a big kid that can hit the ball, but this is a 2-1 pitch. And Costelli fouled that away. The third baseman getting under that, can make the play, and Costelli's out.
Now batting, number 4, Mason.
So Mason Levitt's your batter. Northwest Nazarene University, the second baseman tonight. He's got a base hit. The one out. Here's Hedke with the pitch. Right down the middle for strike one. That ball's inside. 1-1. That ball's fouled down the right field line and into the Sasquatch bullpen. Nobody working down there for strike number 2. So all Hedke's done is just come out and throwing strikes. Putting the ball in play. I don't believe he's walked anybody. If he has, he's only walked one, but he's done a heck of a job coming in relief for Griffin Sheeran. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That ball is chipped down. First baseman doesn't have a chance on it. That's going to go out of play. Stay on the field, but out of play. It's just going to be a long strike. With the 2 strikes on him, Mason is being very defensive. Chipping away. That's what he needs to do, is just increase Hedke's pitch count, but Hedke's been very well. Here's the 1-2 count from Hedke. That ball's fouled back. Levitt had himself a great at-bat. His last one was a good one as well. Another foul ball. So Hedke's tried fastballs in and out, curveballs in and out. He might maybe with a 1-2 count, see if he can get Levitt to chase something here. That's exactly what he did. Count goes to 2-2. All Hedke was trying to do right there was change Mason Levitt's eye level. Comes back now with a pitch that's up. That's the first time I've seen him kind of get out of the zone high. So now the count is full. Let's see if Mason can work himself onto first base. That's exactly what they need. That's for him to get on base. Here's the pitch. There's ball 4. That's 2 fantastic at-bats in a row for Mason Levitt. He's seen a lot of quality baseball. NNU is one of I would say the top 25 Div 2 schools in the country. Every year they're in it. And they've got excellent coaching there. They have excellent recruiting. They've got some great ball players. And the Spuds have been very fortunate to be able to really have build a strong relationship with them. So some of their local guys can play here. So but here's Zach Schwartzberg, the shortstop, with 1 out. 11 on at first base. Here's the pitch. Schwartzberg swinging. Fouls out of play for strike number 1. Now, not really a bunt situation here, moving Levitt over. because you do want to see if Schwartzberg can get a base hit, get a single, keep the inning rolling. If there's nobody out, you might see that. But with one out, I think they're going to let Schwartzberg hit, who does have a hit tonight. He turned on a Sheeran fastball and drove it to left field. Let's see if he can put something on the ground on the right side. That's what he's trying to do, and he does, but foul. That's about 8 feet foul. That would have been fantastic. That would have been a off to the races, but all it is a long strike. So 0-2 on Schwartzberg. Yeah, Schwartzberg thought that was a fair ball, and it wasn't. It was not 2-3 feet. It was 7-8 feet. But still, just the same. Had the right idea. Kept the bat inside the ball. Tried to drive it to the right side. You've got Bachman now trying to cover in the event that Levitt does steal. He's not in the hole as deep as Hedke there. His pickoff move, and first base there has been a bit of an issue today. So here's the 0-2 count to Schwartzberg. Levitt takes his lead. Here's the pitch. That ball hit to the third baseman. He'll go to second. They'll get one out there, and they'll get Schwartzberg in the double play. That's why you try to hit the ball on the right side. We'll be right back with more Spuds baseball in the top of the 8th inning right after this. So the 8th inning dance-off is over, and just in the nick of time before that guy throws his hip out. So the Fremont Moo have beaten the Gem City Bison 20-3 around the ILB. North Platte came back, but not enough. It's Badlands 9, North Platte 6. And Western Nebraska beating the Nebraska Prospects 9-4. The first pitch is a ball from McFadden. The pitch is in there for a strike. Evens the count at 1-1. So Bailey Bordas is your batter, third baseman. Here's the 1-1 pitch from McFadden. And that ball is hit a mile up, and that ball's going to be out of play, as he absolutely turned on that ball. And it went about 4 miles up and almost hit Carlos in section 106. It almost knocked over Carlos's margarita. In fact, he's resalting right now as we speak, so I apologize, Carlos. He's a #1 Spuds fan and a host family member, but boy, does he like his margaritas. And his Babe Rosé, I will say that. So here's the 1-2 pitch from McFadden. Ball is dropped from Miller. That looked to be a strike, but no. I think McFadden was asking where that ball was, but 2-2 the count on Bordas. And that's strike three. So that'll bring up Gage Crott, the center fielder. Gage walked his last at bat and was thrown out by Miller, the catcher. So one down in the eighth inning. Here's the first pitch from McFadden, and that is for a strike. I'm not so sure that Gage Crott is comfortable in that batter's box with McFadden. His first move seems to be out of the box, not staying in the box, but that pitch outside helps out Gage. It's 1-1. Ball's low. Ball two. Here's the 2-1 count to Crott. That's going to be a nice little fly ball to Mason Levitt. He'll come over and make the play for the second out. So McFadden here. Getting right to work. The top of the order for the Sasquatch, left fielder Trey Vorwald. His first time seeing McFadden here since the seventh inning. So now with two outs, McFadden, bases empty. That first pitch, Vorwald swings on that. Castelli coming in about 4 steps. He'll make the catch, and that's it. So 3 up and 3 down. We'll go to bottom of the 8th. Spuds 7, Sasquatch 5. We'll be right back right after this.
Now batting for your Spuds, number 15, Gabe Garrett.
So Gabe Garrett leads things off, the third baseman from Florida Tech and Valrico, Florida. Pitch is outside from Hedke, who's been in there since the 4th inning, has done a tremendous job. Absolutely shut down the Spuds bats. I don't think they've got 1 or 2 hits since he's been in. Here's the second pitch. Spoke too soon. Gabe Garrett slices a single right up the middle. So these fans are pretty happy. They haven't seen a hit in a while. So I think it's important now that the Spuds get the top of the order on base here with both Garrett and Billingsley. These guys can both rock and roll. So Garrett's got good base speed, not necessarily good stolen base speed. So Billingsley seems like he's got his bat in order. Top of the order now for the Spuds. The center fielder, Billingsley. Be nice if he could find a gap here. Here's Hedke with the pitch. Fantastic idea trying to bunt him over. Third baseman had no clue. Came in a little bit late. That ball dropped for a ball. But excellent idea. That just puts the defense in motion. Now keep in mind, these summer baseball leagues don't get a chance to practice. So these guys are coming from their colleges, and whatever they did there, that's what they're going to do here. Is now we have some action up in the Sasquatch bullpen. That ball's low for ball 2. So I like it when the offense gets things busy, getting people moving, making sure that everybody's on point. Because now you know the third baseman's going to come in. So now Riker knows he's got to, if he's going to bunt that ball, it's got to go down the first base side. He lets that one go for 2-1. It's the right thing to do. See if Hedke's going to throw you a strike. If not, with a 3-0 count, I'll take my chances. But so 2 balls and 1 strike, nobody out. We're in the bottom of the 8th. And Riker does bunt the ball, but unfortunately that was a foul ball down the third base line, so that's going to take the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Want to thank tonight's premier sponsor, just Pioneer Credit Union. They do a tremendous amount of great work here in the Treasure Valley, both with the Boise Hawks and here with the Canyon County Spuds. We love their sponsorship. They're great people. Just fantastic to partner up with, along with 10 Barrel and Simplot. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that's in there for ball 3. It just did not touch a corner. If it looked like it was a strike at home, it wasn't. It hung out on the other side of the batter's box, and now the count is full. Let's see if Riker can find a hole. And he doesn't. Strikes out number 1. So great job from Hedke battling back.
Now batting, number 1, Owen Bischoff.
So now the right fielder, Owen Bischoff, OB1. Going to see if he can use the force and maybe hit a gap here. Owen's dad in attendance. Always nice to see the Bischoff family here. Want to say hello to his second family, of course, the Wagners here in Caldwell, watching the game at home on TV. Here, Jerem still got that barbecue going and hot tub. And all those fun things. I never get invited over there, but that's okay. I did once. It's a lie. Here's the first pitch to Bischoff. Ball 1. That pitch was inside. So a left-hander up in the Sasquatch bullpen. Here's Hedke with the 1-0 pitch to Bischoff. And Bischoff fouls that back. It's exactly what Bischoff is looking for, a fastball with really no location on it, but put the fat part of the bat on that ball. Try to drive that up the middle or get a line drive, maybe 15, 18 feet up in the air and get another runner on. But right now, Gabe Garrett over at first base. We are in the bottom of the 8th. It's a 7-5. Spuds lead. 1 out. Runner at first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a nice pitch by Hedke with a breaking ball. Broke over the outside corner. Now 2 strikes. As I said, welcoming back Nick Gruber next week. Spuds are on the road next week, but the week after that, Nick is the voice of the Spuds and our play-by-play announcer here on Spuds TV. Had some plans this summer and shot away for a week and was more than happy to fill in for him. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That was fisted foul. It's going to be about 18 feet foul. Right in on the hands of Bischoff. I want to thank everybody for being patient. This is not an easy thing to do, especially on only a couple days of training. And, of course, last night, 2 outs. The whole system went down. I didn't make very many friends. But, hey, we're back tonight, and if it goes down again, you'll know exactly what happened. But 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gabe Garrett at first base. He's got his lead off. That ball is fouled. Bischoff staying alive. I don't know Hedge's pitch count, but he's got to be up there. He came in the other night and pitched, I believe, 2 innings of relief work. And tonight he's been exceptional. He is the reason why the Sasquatch are still hanging around. He shut the door in the 4th inning and has done a masterful job. And he's trying to get the inning over here. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit to the second baseman. He'll go to the second base for 1. He won't get Bischoff at first base, though. Smart play by Bachman. Now there's 2 outs.
Now that your designated hitter, number 34, Tyler Stone.
So Tyler Stone, your batter, the Gonzaga product, now in the NCAA transfer portal. If you are a Division I school looking for somebody that absolutely smashes, you may want to call Tyler. So let's see what Hedke does here. He doesn't have a base open, and Bischoff can steal, so that's a pitch right down the middle. That's a smart pitch from Hedke because he wants to get ahead of the count, and now he's got a little bit of control as to where that ball is as opposed to having to come inside or throw Tyler Stone a fastball, which he is absolutely sitting on, I can guarantee you. Here's the pitch from Hedke. Again, outside. I wouldn't be surprised if Hedke kind of plays around that outside. Stone has struck out earlier tonight on an outside fastball from Sheeran. And I think Tyler Stone has already seen his best pitch, but we'll see. Wind blowing, probably 15 miles an hour from left field to right. And down and in for ball number 2. So again, want to wish my Tampa Bay Lightning all the best tomorrow night as they try to get back into that series. Lost by a touchdown the other night. That was tough to swallow, but they'll come back home to Amalie Arena where they played some good hockey this year. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Well, Hedke came inside, and not sure where this is going to drop, but this may drop in the middle of everybody, and it does. That was a moonshot, which barely made it over second base, but the way things were playing, that ball got up in the air. That's a base hit. Owen Bischoff, with 2 outs, was able to scamper to third base. So now that puts some pressure on Hedke, and that's going to bring up Flynn.
Now batting, number 10, Peyton Flynn.
So Peyton Flynn, the Montana State product, Billings, as the umpire now is making some notes. As that's probably the highest ball I've ever seen hit that landed in the middle of 3 people going to get it, but the wind is blowing so much. Krotz's first move was back. I mean, it would be back with Tyler Stone. But I'll tell you what, it was a turtle race to get, when you're fighting against the wind. That's like me when I'm outside running. You're fighting against the wind. Don't run too fast. So here's Flynn, base hit. That's what the Spuds are looking for. Try to get some insurance. Check swing on the ball. Nice pitch by Hedke. Nobody really too concerning warming up in the Sasquatch bullpen, just kind of playing a little bit of soft toss down there. I think this game is going to be on Hedke's shoulders to get out of this inning. That's a high strike to Peyton Flynn. If you remember last time, Peyton Flynn struck out on a high fastball that was letter high. He came back and did it again. So 1-1 to count, 2 out. Spuds really need a base hit right here. That's low for strike 2. Well, I'm guessing Hedke's been to the top of the zone and the bottom of the zone. So we'll see if Flynn defensively here, the 1-2 count, can put his bat on the ball and see if he can find some grass. That ball's way outside. Stone takes a nice lead there at first base. Deceivingly fast for a big dude. Now that ball is hit, though. That's in a gap. Left or right fielder coming over. He's got a beat on it, makes a catch. That wind took that one, too. So defensively, Flynn had to reach way down and make an awkward swing on that. Had he let that ball go, it might have been strike three. So here we are, folks. We're going to the top of the ninth inning. Blake McFadden coming out. Stick with us. Getting exciting. We'll be right back. So we are back at Wolf Field. Ryan Bachman will lead things off for the Sasquatch. Blake McFadden still in for the Spuds. Here's the first pitch from McFadden. That's in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Bachman. That's high for ball one. Fans really into this ball game tonight. They've been lively all night. Here's the second pitch. Check swing from Bachman. It didn't matter. That was a strike. So McFadden now ahead with a 1-2 count. He's got a couple things he can do. Blake may come over the outside trying to slow him up a little bit, or a fastball in on the hands. It looks like he's coming outside, and that's what he does. That fastball was inside on the hands. Good setup by Miller. Looked like he was coming on the outside. Maybe trying to let Bachman know that he was going outside, and Blake came in with his fastball, and Bachman did a good job of trying to get a piece of it, so the count remains 1-2. Ball two is high. Couldn't get Bachman to chase that. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. High fastball. That's Blake's third strikeout on a high fastball. That's got to be tough when he has that breaking ball across the outside. Now Blake throws 92. 92. And he's got an excellent curveball and a kind of a two-seam. So Harrison Clark is now the batter. One out. This is a rowdy bunch here tonight. I love it. Outside for ball one. Harrison Clark's job, number one job, is to get on base. Drew Biggerstaff is in the on-deck circle. 1-0 count. Blake McFadden coming set. Swing and a miss. Clark tried to tie it up on one swing. There's nobody on base, but think you get my metaphor there. Big swing. Here's the 1-1 pitch from McFadden. That would have been a strike on Flynn, but not on Clark. I'm not complaining. Just saying that's where right across the letters. He had a strike for Flynn, but nevertheless, here's the 2-1 pitch from McFadden. That ball's fouled off. Nice defensive swing there from Harrison Clark, the first baseman. The Spearfish Sasquatch team and the Spuds as well. These guys are just absolutely awesome. The players to be around, pregame meals, after the game, win or lose. They're just both these teams, and both the management should be very impressed with their attitudes. Here's the 2-2 pitch from McFadden, struck him out. They have been a pleasure to have here all week long. Got a chance last night. A bunch of them went out with their folks to dinner, and one of the Spuds was there, and a couple of the Sasquatch were there, and just having a good time, and that's what it's all about here. So top of the ninth inning, Blake McFadden is in. There's 2 outs. Drew Biggerstaff is the batter as the train goes by. Strike number 1 for Blake McFadden. And this is what Blake does. So if you know Blake, he came in the 7th. He was chomping to come in the 2nd. But Blake will come in, and that's why he's an all-star in this league. And here's the pitch number 2 on the inside. Tried to get him to chase something there, and Blake just tried to steer that in there himself. But you want to talk about a competitor. This is a young guy that is looking for an opportunity to play professional baseball. And if you are a team out there that scouting or having a look at him, Blake McFadden, you got to come see him. The pitch is outside for ball number 2. So 2-1 is the count, 2 outs. Blake stepping off the mound. He's going to regroup himself. Blake goes to NNU, where he rewrote all the record books there at Northwest Nazarene University. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
You got 2 strikes. On your feet.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Spuds faithful at home here on their feet. Want to wish all the fathers a happy Father's Day. Let's make Mr. McFadden happy right here. That's a base hit. That's going to get over Schwartzberg, and Castelli bobbles it out there and keeps the Sasquatch alive.
Now batting number 8, Cam Hoyland.
So Hoyland's now going to be your batter, the lefty, the right fielder, as Biggerstaff on a 2-2 count. Gets himself a changeup he waited on and just put that over, just a little bit over the shortstop Schwartzberg's head. So the game continues. Excellent at bat there from Biggerstaff. Hoyland's your batter, left-hander. Here's the pitch from McFadden. Swing and a miss. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Hoyland. The ball's fouled off. So 0-2 count. Thought for a sec that it hit Hoyland, but it didn't. Went off the butt end of his bat. That's a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Blake McFadden does it again. That's going to empty the dugout as Blake came on in the 7th, 8th, 9th, shut him down. Gave up 1 base hit. And the Spuds take 4 or 5 here from the Sasquatch. Great game this afternoon. The Sasquatch fought back. My player of the game is the Sasquatch pitcher, Drew Hedke. Drew Hedke from the 4th inning on was untouchable. So that got my Sasquatch player of the game. And Tyler Stone will pick up my Spuds player of the game with a 3-run home run. started it off in the bottom of the first inning. So the Sasquatch get 5 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors. The Spuds 7 runs on 8 hits. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight.
June 27th. Doors open at 6 p.m. First pitch at 7:05.
Spuds on the road this week. Tuesday night they'll be in Badlands. So if you want to watch the game, just go to YouTube and search Badlands Big Sticks for the YouTube channel. They do a great job of the live stream on YouTube. And don't forget, come down to the team store here in Caldwell for all your Spuds gear, hats, jerseys, keychains, everything you're going to need, and get some tickets. So on behalf of all of us here at Spuds, I want to say thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Spuds win. It's a good night.